Today we're gonna make a copper tree, and we're gonna use copper sulfate, and the copper tree is gonna grow inside of table salt or sodium chloride. And the way we're gonna get it to grow is we're gonna put some zinc on top of the table salt. So let's get started with this experiment. The first step is to add 2 large spoonfuls of the copper sulfate. It's a very fine blue powder, and we're going to add that into the bottom of the vial. So there's 1, 2. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to add 3 large spoonfuls of the table salt or sodium chloride. One, 2, 3. Now what we want to do is we want to pull out the funnel, and we're going to want to add 3 pellets of zinc on top. And there we go. Now we need to saturate the powders. And to do that, we're going to add about 40 drops of water into the vial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 39, 40. Now we're going to let that saturate. This is going to sit for about 4 days, and we'll come back and take a look at it. So while that water soaks into the salt and copper sulfate, I figured I would describe exactly what's going on here. And what's happening is at the bottom you have copper sulfate that's going to become saturated with water and go into solution. You have a buffer, which is your table salt, your sodium chloride. And at the top you have zinc. Now when zinc comes in contact with copper sulfate, it gives it some electrons and allows it to come out of the copper sulfate solution and become copper metal. And so as the copper sulfate solution diffuses upwards through the salt layers, zinc ions are going down, giving electrons to the copper sulfate solution, and it's going to grow as they come in contact randomly throughout the salt. And that's what creates the tree-like structure and the random branches that come off of it as it grows inside this vial. And here are the final results for the copper tree in the vial. Not quite as impressive as you'll see in part 2 in the Petri dish.